Hello and welcome to another Half-Pint edition of Drinking with Comics. I'm Sean. This is Mike.
I'm here with my Half-Pint, Gram.
Hey, Gram.
He's got
What's
some
happening?
jokes for us.
Graham's going to tell us some jokes. I've fielded these to make sure that they're within
They're not offensive.
Yes, exactly, and
Yes.
they're not. So Graham,
Well,
would you
it
like
depends if you've ever been the victim of a rocket.
That's true.
But anyway, go ahead.
Why did the rocket lose his job?
No, Graham.
Why did
Because he got fired.
Boom!
All right. Oh, we got one more. All right, here we go. You ready?
What did the hungry fish say to the hungry book?
I don't know. What did he say?
What?
You want some breakfast?
Boom!
Booyah! Drop the
Yeah.
bomb. Drop the bomb. Good job. Any more?
No.
Nope, that's it? Okay, that's good. I like it. And that's Gram Solo Wellman, ladies and
Awesome.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
His debut performance.
Isn't his middle name is Solo?
His middle name is Solo.
His middle name is
It's
Solo.
not because I'm a Star Wars fan. It's because I told his mom, like, well, we haven't won. That's it.
Oh,
Make it good. And we did. Right? High five.
good job.
Great job.
Any comics you want to talk about real quick?
No.
No? What's your favorite comic book?
I don't really read much.
You read comics, come
I
on.
don't know.
Like Rocket Raccoon, don't you?
Well, maybe he would like some of the stuff that. Well, probably not because it's Image. But so Mike was just at Image
I
Con
like all of them.
over the
You
weekend.
like all of them? Oh yeah, we got wetness.
And what'd you learn at Image Con, sir?
I learned so much. I learned about some titles that are coming out, including this one here from our good friend Eric Canetti, who I think I'm saying his name right.
A good friend, I think I'm saying.
Well, I always call him
I'm just-
Eric.
I'm
He's that
just
good of a
messing
friend. Run, Love, Kill, and it is an action-packed roller coaster. He and I can't remember his last name is Suey. I can't remember the guy's first name, but anyway, Eric's been around. You might recognize this art style from a show called Eon Flux.
Oh
I don't know if you're
yeah,
a fan of Eon Flux, but Eric was the storyboard artist on that.
really?
And I mean, it's very Eon Fluxy, right?
It is. You're
yeah,
right.
yeah. I'm
Dude.
looking at it.
Oh wow.
So it's gonna have that sort of visceral roller coaster action excitement that you would find in Eon Flux.
and like very. I don't know if he was the surreal component, but there was some stuff in that show that just blew my mind.
I don't know what capacity and
Okay.
creativity he was in. I know he was pretty high up. But Peter Chung, I think, was the creator of the
Okay.
show.
All right.
And yeah, I mean that was a trippy show, and this looks like a great comic. And I mean, yeah, it's one for the time. There's some other titles that are coming out. One's called Newsgirls
What's
by Brian K. Vaughan.
okay.
Saga.
Okay, yeah.
And he's doing that with Cliff Chung, and it looks. I mean, it didn't really say much about what it was, but I see you're taking my phone. The front cover has like a Walkman and a bicycle that delivering papers,
Oh, okay.
which was a job I had as a kid. And we had Brian and June and I were all paper boys actually when we were kids. So we spent like an hour drunkenly talking about our paper routes. Brought back a lot of bad memories.
Oh.
Yeah, paper routes are like. Anybody have a paper route here?
Herald Examiner?
Right? Remember how black your hands would get in the morning, and you'd wrap those puppies as tight as you could because they were rockets. You had to throw them.
You ever kill anybody when you threw one?
I wanted to because I had 4 blocks that I would oversee, that I delivered to, and 2 blocks were always really good about paying and tipping, and 2 blocks you just had to chase them down. Like you had to actually show up at 11 o'clock at night sometimes to catch them.
Wait, wait a minute. So I never did the paperboy thing. You actually had to get the money.
The
as
way
paper?
a
That
paper
wasn't.
route used to work, at least when I was doing it, you had to go collect. And I worked in the 8-bit Nintendo days, so I would go hit the rich 2 blocks, which would just throw money at you, they didn't care. And your bill was going to be like $600, right? But you would theoretically collect like $2,000, or maybe $1,200, like double whatever.
Wait,
it was.
you're walking around the street with that?
But you
You
owe
said you go,
the
"Well, that's some
newspaper
paperboy."
the wholesale value of the papers.
Oh,
you go
okay,
collect
okay.
the money, and I would go collect from again the upscale neighborhood, and I would go spend that money, thinking, okay, well I still got these other 2 blocks. To
Oh,
collect
and
from.
then you did.
No, yeah, and I always made it through until I left for a summer, and I gave my buddy Tony my paper route, and he had just started dating this girl.
And you came back and
I came
everybody
back
on
and
the
I had
route was
I
dead.
had about a $6,000 debt that I had to work off, and I tried valiantly for a month, and I was like, This is not gonna happen.
Did you end up in one of those Kathy Lee Gifford sweatshops?
Yeah. I didn't. No, actually, my boss is like, dude, you're never gonna make this up. Just quit, dude. It's not gonna.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, it was cool. It was neat. I mean, I would imagine, considering the workforce of paper routes tends to be like, at least again in the 80s, 90s, at teenage kids.
Yeah, right.
I would imagine like they knew this was gonna happen with every paper route.
Okay,
towards the end.
so wait, I'm sorry. So
Yeah, now we got a little
So
off track.
is this what Newsgirls is about?
When I was
Is this
telling Brian my
traumatic
stories, he's
kinda?
like, "Oh, you're gonna love this book." Is what
I'm
he said.
sold. I mean,
Yeah.
that's completely.
And then there's Skottie Young has a new book. Skottie Young, who does all these fun baby covers that
Yeah,
everybody
he
loves
did.
at Marvel.
He did that. The Kylan Yost new X-Men run. He did because my friend John just lent me that, and he did like I think the last trade, and it was the first like extended.
Oh, he did interiors?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
wow.
was great. I know. Well, he did the Rocket Raccoon.
Oh,
that
he's
was
doing
out
Rocket
recently.
Raccoon now. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's ongoing.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I
then,
think
but
he
he's
must be
mainly
leaving.
covers, right?
He mainly does covers, and he's got a creator-owned book coming out through Image called I Hate Fairyland.
Okay. Now, you were telling me about this before we rolled. So, what was the original title going to be?
Well,
Wait,
can't really say
Never
that,
mind.
but yeah, Comic Bug is maybe talking to him about helping, put out a version with his original title.
Awesome.
So yeah, that'll be cool. What else did I learn about? Well, Todd McFarlane has a book called Savior, which is what if
This is so he can get enough money to buy somebody's like signed football,
get his
right?
balls
or something
back.
like that.
He wants to buy his balls. No, Todd. I just saw this. I don't know if you saw the documentary, The Image Revolution.
No.
Fantastic. I never really dug Rob Liefeld, but I do have a newfound respect for him after watching that documentary. Rob named Image Comics, and he also designed the logo and was the first one that was gonna leave and put out his own book, and then everybody kind of followed him. But yeah, so Todd has a new book called Savior. He's got Spawn 250 coming out,
Which I believe they're bringing Al Simmons back.
Al
right?
Simmons
Which
is coming back.
Bizarre, but
And yeah, so he was at the expo, and he asked a lot of good questions. Like, so they had these panels like with retailers and creators, and Diamond was on a panel and stuff. And Todd is genuinely curious about how the industry works. I mean, even after being in it for 20, 30 years, he had questions and
it's a rapid change.
thought-provoking
right?
statements, I think. And yeah, I mean, I have respect for Todd. It's good. And if it wasn't for Todd and Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee and these guys starting this company 20 years ago, we wouldn't have this place for all this fresh talent to go to.
Agreed.
I also met Alex De Campi. She writes Grindhouse for Dark Horse, which I really enjoy. And she has a new book called No Mercy about this busload of school kids who are going to help like a down-and-out impoverished village somewhere, and the school bus disappears.
Ooh.
So it's kind of a Lost meets what's that book? God, like
Lord of the Flies.
Lord, thank you. Yeah, Lord of the Flies. Brandon Graham has an anthology book called Island, and it's he says it's like heavy metal, but also for everybody, not just for teenage boys with booby stories and stuff. Somebody here?
Maybe.
The Police.
Maybe. That's what I'm worried about.
What else do we? Oh, and there's a book that Scott Snyder has coming out called AD, which stands for, help me. What's AD mean usually?
Anno Domini.
What is it?
I don't
Anno Domini.
Or
What does
Domino.
that mean?
The first year.
Oh, it could mean, but usually AD means after death.
After dawn.
After dawn?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was after death.
A lot of kids think it's like before Christ and after death.
Yeah.
It's not.
What is it?
I think it's after dawn.
Huh?
Yeah, it's Anno Domini.
Yeah. So it's,
Designations used to label or number years with the Julian and Gregorian calendars. It's medieval Latin,
Yeah.
translated as in
Take
the
that,
year of the
Bible
Lord.
thumpers.
so
So after death, so there's a cure for death, which is awesome, probably for about a year.
and then bad.
But then the population grows and grows and grows and grows.
That may be the one that you've talked about that I'm most interested in, although I'm interested in quite a few of them, but because Witches is so badass.
Yeah,
that,
it's good. Yeah.
And that concept is pretty awesome. So I'm
That's
in.
going to be a graphic novel. It's going to be done in one graphic novel.
I'm in.
What else did they tell us about? There was this book called Starve by Brian Wood,
I saw something about
which
this.
is about celebrity chefs and murder and looks like maybe murder. I don't
Nice.
know. Soylent Green is people, but
Yeah,
they taste damn good. Mommy's here for you, Graham. I need my phone.
Well, we will end the Half-Pint right now.
And there we go.
And we'll
Any
go-
image books you're excited about? Any more jokes before you go? You got any Bill Cosby jokes? Don't go home.
All
get
right,
one
well,
of them pudding pops.
That does this edition, this Half-Pint edition.
Maybe
And,
there's a Dorsey CD
keep
for you
drinking,
on top of the
keep
printer over there if you
reading
want to take one.
comics.
Cheers.
You can cut it, John.
Bye.